Hey Dan, how's it going? I understand we have a new camera to talk about, and that is the Blade VS Plus. It's a
Man,
1080p 60 camera, right? And
I'm so stoked on this, Pat.
yeah, from what I've seen,
You know how much I love the Compass X, right? That was like that was my baby. Um, but I couldn't get the parts, so we
the
had to figure
replacement.
out a replacement for it, and there was a whole bunch of requirements, because the Compass X isn't just a conference room camera. It's can do so much more, and the Blade VS Plus. We're going to get into talking about a few things. I think you'll see just how far the team hit this one out of the park.
All right, well that's good. Let's look at some of these specs here. As I mentioned, I do see it's a 1080p 60 camera. Has a complete zoom of 120 times zoom. That's 10 optical, 12 digital. Is that right?
Yeah, it's almost crazy the amount of zoom. I mean, it's specifically we were requested to come up with a device that, and not only does it do that zoom, but it'll do that in black and white mode, in IR illumination mode. So we were requested with the Compass X to create a camera that could read 12-point font 16 foot away in the dark.
Right.
So
For that.
this one exceeds that. Let me show you real quick
Yeah.
before we get into too much of the stuff. Got this camera set up. That's 10 foot away.
Wow.
That
Yeah,
is
that's
10 foot
impressive.
away. And that's reading 8-point font.
Mm-hmm. Right, right.
So, just to give you an idea of the distance of that, let me zoom this thing out. Takes a
Yeah.
little while when it's under the digital zoom,
No, this is great.
but then it'll pop out here in just a second.
And that's 10 feet away from the camera.
It's that far away.
Wow. Yeah, that's phenomenal. There's a lot of good uses for that. No doubt about
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then of course it's got all the good controls and everything. But
Yeah. Actually, on this, it's got 170 degrees of pan, 90
yep.
degree tilt. And one of the cool things that I have seen here that could be a differentiator, it offers simultaneous output over both USB 2.0 and HDMI. Is that
Yep.
true?
Yeah. Same time at 1080p 60.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really cool thing though, that USB 2.
Yeah.
USB 2 is great because we can extend it with our spring line.
Yeah.
Not only can we extend the data and the control, because it has the full suite of UVC control. Not only can we extend that over our USB 2 extenders, the power as well.
So you can run this without a power supply local at the camera source.
Exactly. So 50 meters from the PC, this thing can be, my camera right now is running through a 50-meter cable.
Wow. Wow. That's an
Through
integrated
spring
dream
lines.
right there when you're doing installs, not having to have power at the location of this camera.
If you think about it, the cost to add an outlet for a camera
Yeah.
pays for this camera.
Oh, absolutely. I remember doing my installations and that was a big challenge.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, while you're talking, I have one right here, one of these.
Cool.
I'm just gonna open it up, let everybody know what we have in here. So right off the bat, there's a little instruction manual in here, and I noticed lens cleaner comes with it as well, which is really nice. And this camera includes a mount. So
Yeah.
and I'm not talking a piece of junk, thin
No,
metal mount. This thing has got to be every bit of 10 gauge, if not.
yeah, it's sturdy as hell. And again, it's like we don't do stuff for the lowest common denominator, right? We always build stuff at the highest quality. Everything.
IR remote. So it has a
Yep.
nice IR remote with it. And I believe that has a bunch of different presets on this one, right? Up to 10 presets,
Yeah.
am I right?
Yeah, you can do a bunch of presets on it. You can control multiple cameras with that same remote.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, wow.
So you can set for different cameras.
There's our power supply and mounting screws for that mount. I mean, this thing
Yep.
is turnkey. It has everything in it. feet in
There's
case you
even-
want to mount it.
There's even an adapter for USB 2.0 to USB-C in the bottom.
This here, all the adapters. I got my USB cable. How long is this one? This one's
It's it's a 3 meter cable, I believe.
yeah, this is
Yeah.
long, 15 feet. This is good. That's really good. And then here's our camera. I'm gonna stand up for this one here. No, I don't have to. Look at that, nicely packaged, all complete in one box, which is nice. This box is not that large.
Yeah,
And
it's sturdy. It can take a beating too.
out and just show, it's like I said, it's packaged really well. And that is a sharp looking camera. It's got a very low profile to it. I wouldn't say more than maybe 6, 7 inches high on the height side of this. And if we look in the back side, we do have a bunch of different inputs. So what do we got here? We got power, right?
Yep,
And then we have our
power, RS-232.
first 232, HDMI output.
Yep.
USB output right next to it,
Yep.
right? Yeah, this is
You know,
fantastic.
and it's like with the Compass X again, we did put a prolific chipset on the board. So
Yeah.
you don't even need to use a USB adapter for your serial connection if you
Wow.
wanted to control serial over the USB.
Yeah, this is a really nice quality camera.
It's really well built.
Even aesthetically, it's very nice. Like I said, low profile and very, very well designed. All right. What else do we want to say here, Dan? This is for everyone. We're going to send this out, make it public. We wanted to just get a nice video out showing the unpacking of it and whatnot. And we did a little demo there on zooming into some of that 8, 10, 12, 14 font that we had there. Pretty
Yeah,
impressive.
that's ridiculous to me. But you know, it does a great job of just being a good camera as well.
And I'm looking at the specs now, so everybody knows it is just under 6 inches in height. The width is just under 8 inches, 7 3/4. Depth 6 inches, really nice. And 5 5/8 weighs just about a few pounds. I think it's 4 or 5. No, it's probably, I think it says here, 4 pounds. It seems about
It's
right.
pretty light, pretty
Yeah.
light.
Yeah,
There it goes, switches to black and white on me. I wanted to get it to do that by going into a dark corner.
yeah,
That corner has no lighting on it.
yeah, that's amazing. That really is. Well, this is really good. Look at that. You could even see the Canada on the back of the map. And you zoom out and show everybody how far away that globe is. That's pretty far away, and that is not a huge globe, so that's impressive. That's really
And then
impressive.
it switches back to, you
Yeah,
can see how dark it is in that corner.
got it. And
That's
this
why
has a
it got in there and it said, hey, I need to give you some more contrast. And
right.
it does.
So it has
So
this
that-
auto sleep mode too, right? Goes to
Yeah,
sleep.
it'll,
And it has a
if it's
default
not being
position.
used, it just folds up and goes away.
Yep,
That obviously with the focus on this particular camera, the vertical we were looking at when we were building it was healthcare, because the Compass X absolutely dominated that market.
sure.
I believe that this camera exceeds the standards of that, and with the being able to run it everything over USB 2.0, power, control, video, everything over the USB 2.0.
Yeah,
That's
I could see this too.
that's a game changer. That's
Markets
complete.
really.
Yeah, it completely blows it away. Yeah.
I mean, I could see this in education in the classroom. I could see this in boardrooms and any size boardroom. And I'm going to mention too, having the cost. It's $789 list price. So
I
this is
know.
really an attractive price point for this camera. Again, folks, everybody knows this is called the Blade VS Plus, and it is replacing our Compass X camera, which has now officially been discontinued. I think we've shipped our last models of it. And this is the replacement for it at the relatively same price point. So a good upgrade all in all.
Yeah, I think we did a good job. I think
Yeah.
that the team knocked it out of the park, and we're addressing what needs to be addressed. That the there's a severe lack of quality in the mid-price cameras.
Yeah, no, this looks like it's at a good price point. Well, we're gonna keep this, we're gonna wrap this up for now. And if you need to find additional information, certainly go to the Video 360 website, video360.com. You'll just go under cameras and you will see the BladeVS Plus along with all the other cameras and extender products that we offer. So appreciate everybody's support of Video 360. And if there are any questions, you can always email me at pat@video360.com or dan@video360.com. Thanks everybody for your support.